Did you know that ENTP stands for egotistical, narcissistic, terrible parakeet? Well, if you think that's funny, you're probably an ENTP, because they're a type that loves to get roasted. Hello everybody, I'm Riley, better known as TrebleKnight, and welcome to my channel. I'm in a different location than I normally am. I even set up a little mini set. Yeah, I've got more MBTI videos coming. I'm not entirely sure what's gonna happen after this, but definitely keep on watching. Also, I have like an entire bunch of ENTP videos. I'm gonna link to them if you really want to watch them. This is your first time watching them. But in this video, I have 5 clear signs you are in fact an ENTP. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. You're super familiar with boredom. It's not like ENTPs like to watch paint dry like ISTJs, or that they like to do boring things like play MMORPGs that aren't PokeMMO. It's that boredom always seems to find them. It's like the ENTP super stalker. They can ban them 1 billion times, they're still gonna keep on coming back. Honestly, probably most of the ENTP's life is just trying to avoid boredom, which is really hard for them because once an ENTP learns the basics of anything, they're bored. It's over. They're done. After they learned 4 chords on the guitar, they never picked it up ever again. Probably because after that, you can play literally every radio song that's ever been played. Which leads me to, you can't fin. That's right. If you aren't a fish, you're not an ENTP. You don't get facts like that on other MBTI channels. Hit the subscribe button. I think ENTPs treat boredom like a fire alarm. The minute they hear it, or feel it, they get out of dodge. This means that ENTPs give up on a lot of things. ENTPs have tried a lot of things, from mountain climbing to being a blood sacrifice. But they never get far in any of them, which is probably a good thing for some of them. So, if you're an ENTP, let's face it, you're a flake. And I just hope you're the frosted kind because cornflakes suck. You love to talk. I've noticed that a lot of my comments on this channel are from ENTPs. I thought that might mean that most of my viewers were ENTPs, or at least the majority of them. But I did a poll and it turned out that, yeah, very few are. I guess it's just that ENTPs are more likely to leave a comment than other types. And that makes a lot of sense because ENTPs just cannot stop talking. That's what the T stands for. Talking is a great way for them to organize their ideas. And this is much needed because ENTPs' ideas tend to be very discombobulated. ENTPs will oftentimes start gabbing without really having any goals or points. That's a pretty good way to tell if you're an ENTP or an ENTJ, by the way. ENTJs always have a point to their speech. But for an ENTP, they treat talking like they're going on a road trip without a destination. And while you're blabbing away, why don't you boop that like button? Seriously, YouTube doesn't seem to be promoting my videos like they used to. YouTube is glitchy, and if you don't go to the subscription page, you might not see my stuff. So sending out the like button always helps. You love to debate. An ENTP is what you get when you combine a class clown with a devil's advocate. ENTPs love to challenge any and all ideas. To them, nothing is off the table, and nothing is off the table because they have duct tape and they're not afraid to use it. You know the old saying, iron sharpens iron? Well, that's an ENTP's favorite quote. Debate is how you find out what's true, and if you really believe the stuff that you believe, or if it's just things that other people have told you and you thought about it without question. Debate is how you really and truly understand the world. ENTPs don't just debate other people, they debate themselves. Constantly. Yeah, ENTPs have really strong main character energy. You like making people happy. ENTPs are known for being trolls. Heck, the ENTP was the Joker, and most ENTPs love that fact. But here's the thing about ENTPs that most people don't really talk about. ENTPs are actually empaths. That's why they challenge other people's ideas so much and offer criticism. It's because they care. Now, the way they deliver criticism isn't often very effective, and they'll figure that out eventually, but it's not going to be automatic to them. FE is only their 3rd function. It's not their 1st or their 2nd. Remember how I said that ENTPs are a combination of a class clown and the devil? Well, you really can't forget that clown part either, because ENTPs are actually really funny. Because ENTPs are so good at coming up with patterns and how things are connected to each other, this is a great vehicle to come up with humor. If you're funny, you might be an ENTP. But there's another type that is super similar to an ENTP that you might be, and that is an ENFP. I made a video all about that, and you can watch that right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Special thanks to my patrons, and I'm still getting used to this whole face video thing and everything else, and along with the channel pivot. So I hope things weren't too awkward. I'm gonna try to keep on getting better with it. But anyway, guys, I'll catch y'all in my next video.